All right, welcome back to the show. See, Justin's over here making you guys videos. A lot of you have asked what happened to the Mad County build. Well, here it is. We are finishing up some things right now. We're gonna take you out onto the porch. We're gonna put a cedar ceiling in. We're gonna put some security cameras up. I got wired for speakers, for ceiling fans. Can lights are already in. We got a bunch of landscaping, but we will do a walkthrough video very soon because I know a lot of you have asked. Let's go out here in this 50-mile-an-hour wind. We're gonna put a cedar ceiling on all this. That's what I had it set up for. It's kind of expensive, but I did my peak in cedars. You can see behind me, looks real nice. So we're gonna get going on that right now. $41, $47 3/4. $3.5, $10 1/4. All right, putting up a cedar ceiling, so we have ceiling can lights to cut around and then ceiling fan boxes. So the ceiling fan boxes are 4-inch, so we just use a 4-inch hole saw. These are like 6 1/4, so a 6-inch hole saw won't work. So I actually found this is exactly the size I need. So we just find the center, put our 3 boards or 2 boards together here, down here, cut it down here. This works pretty good. So I just use this as a template. You can cut out a piece of plywood for your template. Use one of those fancy protractors. If you're fancy like Applebee's on a date night, then a protractor is probably your thing. That up. So, if you have some boards that are kind of warped, you can just use a clamp to hold these together. We've had to do that a couple times. So now we'll just take these up, put them up. Perfect hole. You all the way your way? Yep. There we go. 42 1/4.
Okay.
46 1/8. And then we are basically a 1/4 to 4 1/2. You alright, Justin? A little cold?
More cold. Shaking a little bit.
We're gonna have to cut that one. Sure don't know who we blame for that.
I've been using that saw, there's no way you're gonna swear. Something's happening. Either that or I didn't have it pushed up all the way against the fence.
Either that or you didn't check the base of it. Hand me that gun and finish this sucker off. Up with
Man, that one, pick it up.
Don't split.
Now Justin's getting cold. Come on, shake it.
Alright, that'll work, boys. Alright guys, now that we have the cedar porch ceiling in, which has been a long time coming, I ran Cat 6 wire and I wanted some CCTV cameras. ONWOTE sent me a system that is capable of handling up to 16 cameras. I have 8 cameras. We just installed 3 of them. So they're powered by the Cat 6. It's a system that goes back to a DVR that records 24/7, which is what I wanted. I wanted a wired system here because out in the country we don't have a great Wi-Fi system, internet system. So I have 3 of these installed on the porch. They seem to be really good quality. It was pretty easy setting it up. I can even run this to my big screen in my house and have all the cameras up. So eventually I'm going to add the rest of these cameras. I do have Cat 6 in different places. So my first impressions is this is really high quality. Seems to work really well. It's got infrared for night vision, all that kind of stuff. But it also has the capability, I have an app. I can go on the app and I can watch whatever camera I want. So let's say we go to devices, that's my system, start live view. It's pretty foggy and rainy outside right now. We can do full screen. You can zoom in. And then, you know, scroll over to kind of get in closer. Go to different cameras and watch them all live. And it's got all the same stuff as your Wi-Fi cameras. You can take a picture, you can record, It'll alert you if there's a vehicle or a car in your driveway. So I think I'm gonna like this one. I like it that it records 24/7, and with the size of the DVR, it records like 6 months. So if I don't know something happened within 6 months before it starts recording over itself, then I need to pay better attention. But I'm excited about this. Can't wait to add the next cameras. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with this system, just installing it, the ease of installation, all that kind of good stuff. Boy, you get up here by the ceiling and it smells. There we go. Have to adjust these once we see. I like that. Looks sexy. Looks sexy ONWOTE. So as far as hooking these up, they come with, if you have this system before you put your ceiling or anything else in that, I ran Cat 6, it comes with 60-foot cords with the ends already on them. I just put ends on my Cat 6. And then that just plugs right into this port here. But to install these cameras, all you have to do is turn that pops off, and then you run, there's 3 screw holes, one there, one there, one there. So screw your unit up, and then you just take this trim and lock that on there, and it's done. And then you can adjust your camera left and right, up and down, and you have quite a bit of adjustment there. So actually installing these was really, really easy, pretty straightforward. I have a bunch of Cat 6 RAM, but there's some places where I'm going to add cameras, and I'll just use these. Like I said, this system will handle up to 16 cameras. I'll show you the DVR. So that's where everything records. It's got 16 ports in the back. I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty dark, but I can add up to 16 cameras. Alright, so we'll just check out this ceiling, the overall finish of it. So I had this J trim up here, so I tucked the cedar up right above that trim. And then on this side, I just cut them tight, and it's a really nice finish. I'm gonna run a rope LED light all along here anyway, and I'll have that plugged into this outlet, and then that's controlled by a switch. So I wanted some accent lighting up here, so it'll cover that seam anyway, but we cut it nice and tight so it would be a really nice finish. You can see this cedar's been up here longer. So it's kind of darkened, which this will all darken the same. We still have speakers we're going to install, ceiling fans we're going to install. Here's where all my 45s met, if you can see down through there, and then I trimmed that out. I planed a board down to a 1/2 inch and then trimmed that out. I like the way that looks. It covers that seam. Even though we did a pretty good job cutting those 45s, I just like the finished look of that. But as far as these cameras go, I've got one here that faces and covers this side of the porch. And then if you walk around here, I have another camera here that covers the front door and all this out here. And then I have one down here that covers in front of the garage. All right, I'm gonna break down the price between a cedar ceiling and a metal ceiling. So in cedar, I had prepared for that when I built my house, so I didn't want to switch back over to metal. We spent $3,550 on cedar. I know that's a lot. If I would have bought metal, it would have been $1,000. That's including the trim and all that with the metal prices. So that's a $2,550 difference right now, which is a lot. If you're not doing it yourself, you got to figure labor. Labor's probably gonna be roughly the same either way. I guess if I was gonna do it, it'd probably be about the same. So you're looking at $2,550 difference to do cedar versus metal. I think this turned out awesome. I'm pumped that it's done. Can't wait to add speakers in my ceiling fans. Just gotta find what I want. We really appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions on the cedar ceiling, on this ONWOTE camera system, leave them in the comments. We will do our best to answer them. But as always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.